Alright. Now my color needs to work. There we go. Alright. Let's do this again. Alright, welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber, and today I'm going to be doing the last part of the second part of the heart, and then we will do a wrap up. Okay, now my color's off on my gosh. Oh my goodness. These lives today, I tell you what. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see if it looks weird on this end. Yes, the coloring's weird. Come on, camera. What is going on here? Oh, you know what? It could be my light source is making it yellow. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Is anyone in here that can tell me whether or not they can hear me? Because I have my earbud in my ear, and I don't know if the sound is coming across. So, we last ended on the end of row 22. So we're gonna try, and hopefully over an hour and a half, hopefully less, we'll see. We're gonna shoot for 23 through 34. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Keeps teasing me that it's gonna sneeze and then it doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna start on. Sweet, you can hear me okay. Does it sound like I'm closer to the microphone? Because I'm using, like I said, I'm using an earbud, AirPod, whatever these are called, the little ear headphone thingies. Alright, so I want... Sounds normal. Okay, I wonder if it's even working. Either way, it doesn't matter. Yay. Alright, so we have 3 of the sparkle pink on either side of the heart. And that means we're going to have 24 of the dark pinks in the center. And we're going to do that for 3 rows, okay? So I'm going to get started, and we're going to go ahead and do 3 light pinks on either side and 24 in the middle for 3 rows. So this is not a video where this particular part 3, by now I assume that people are going to know what they're doing, and you can just follow along as I do this. I wish there was some music that I could play that was YouTube approved. Let's see, I think if I go to YouTube Studio, I should be able to pull up music, creator music, that I can play. Let's see. Browse. Actually, go back. Winter Wonderland, Winter Mix. Bright Instrumentals. Let's see what this does. Oh, I don't want paid. I want free. Go back. I want free music. I want free. Free. Go browse. Now we'll go home. Free. I want free. Let's see, view all. So as long as I play this, I should be able to, let's see, instrumentals only. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find some music. If I had a chicken. What? What does that sound like? Oh my goodness. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, can you hear the music? Where to hide the yarn? Can you guys hear the music okay? Is it too loud? It's creator music, so I'm gonna hopefully I don't get this one copy, or you know, because it's not a copyright. Because all right, so we're going to yarn over, go into this chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, the first stitch. We're gonna pull up our loop, yarn over, go through all 5. You have an empty closet. Alright, so music. Can you guys hear it at all? Is it obnoxious? Gives me something to listen to where, you know, it's not quite quiet in here while I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to make like a playlist that's, you know, available. It is fine, okay. As long as it's not too obnoxious and loud for you guys. Alright, so we've done 2. Here's 3. But we don't finish it. We're going to drop it, pull up our dark pink, finish it with the dark pink. We're going to loosen it up a little bit. Go under the dark pink into the last stitch we came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go under the dark pink, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. I kind of like having this music played as I do this. I might have to play with that, y'all. I might have to come on here and just play some music like that. Some non-talking music, just instrumental. And just go along crocheting like this. Because I could sit here and crochet quietly. So we're going to do 24 of these across. Sneak, sneak. Yeah, you know, it's kind of easy for me to hide the yarn in the yarn stash I have, but my husband has it set up where, and he doesn't have it set up to watch my spending. He has it set up to where he can catch fraud. Like if for some reason our credit card, you know, number somehow gets stolen with online purchases, or in-person purchases, he keeps he keeps an eye on all purchases made from that credit card. And so, and it's the only credit card we have and use, so he can see when I buy from Joann's or Hobby Lobby or wherever. So yeah, there's not really there's no hiding here. So that's why I'm really looking forward to getting paid from YouTube here in about, oh my goodness, it's still like several days away, but that's fine. Okay, you guys said the music was fine. How is it in comparison to my voice? Am I over, you know, am I speaking over it? Is it so-so? Is it about the same? Like, what do you guys say? Those of you hanging out with me. And I know Frizzy's probably live right now, and like I told her, I don't need anybody here necessarily while I do this, because it's just me crocheting basically. And if you guys are following along, at this point, y'all know how to do these knotted half double crochets. You can and basically can just follow along. Thank you, Sassy Mary. That's awesome. I appreciate the feedback. So I hope my children can survive the little bit of time that I'm in front of the computer today doing this. And I mentioned the last time, and I'll mention it again today because it has been a whole day between, 2 days really, since we went live last, that once we're done with the actual heart part of this, I'm gonna basically do the one solid row above the heart, and then after that I'll show you how to start. I'll do another color change again, and then you should be able to finish the flag the rest of the way without me doing the live. Well, I can't resist the yarn either, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so this is 23. But I'm going to make sure I pick up the sparkle yarn. Not pick it up, but just go crochet over it for the last half of this stitch. Come on now. Alright, so I'm going to go in front of it and go into that last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, and then I finish with the dark pink on this one. And then I'm going to tighten down the sparkle, go back into that last stitch I came out of again, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop. Here I'm going to drop the dark pink, pick up the sparkle, and finish the stitch. Then I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through all 5, and then tighten down that dark pink a little bit. Oh good, it's gonna keep, it may be some oddball music that plays, so I do apologize. Hopefully if it's weird, too weird, I can catch it and stop it. So here's 2, we have 2 done. We're gonna do our last one, yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then find that last stitch on the end, insert your hook in there, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, remember we're going to do that for a total of 3 rows. So we're going to do that same thing again. So 3 stitches of sparkle pink on either end, or whatever color you're using, and then 24 of the dark pink in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. Situate my yarn here on the outside. I did not clamp down my poster, so it is sliding around today. Alright, so I am going to, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't chain 1 at the end. Chain 1. Man, why am I getting all yellow? Why are you making me yellow? You silly phone. Alright. So now I need to mark off row 23, so that's what I'm doing off to the side here. And then we're going to pick it up and continue on. So yarn over, go into that chain space, pull up a loop, pull up, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. And because our yarn's all twisted, it's going to be kind of in its way a little bit. So we're going to go and do 2 more, but we're not going to finish the third one. We're going to drop our sparkle, pick up the dark pink here, pull it through, loosen it. It keeps pulling the sparkle pink for some reason. Okay. I'm going to yarn over, go under the dark pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn over, go through all 5. Alright. Oh my goodness. This camera situation today is driving me crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. Alright, so we're going to do 24 across. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that one. I want like... No, this one's called Fluffing a Duck. That's funny. Oh, whatever. Alright, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 'It was only a minute long, so I was like, yeah, whatever, it'd be fine. That was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 'I'm anxious to see if this gets hit for the music because I'm using free music from their website. It's creator music from YouTube that we can use in our videos, so we'll see what happens. I guess I'll just have to, I don't know, if it does hit me for some reason, I'll just take the music out and yeah. Alright, so I'll try to put some words in or something that say what to do on each thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, we're just gonna, I'm kind of nervous now, so we're just gonna, we'll see what happens with what's already been played. How's that? Alright, I'm gonna count one more time because I started talking and lost my count. 1, 2, 18. Alright, so we have 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then, oh, that's right, we're doing 24 straight up. All right, 24. This time we're gonna pull this one straight up. I dropped the dark pink and I'm picking up the sparkle and I'm just going straight up with it and pulling it through, yarn over, go under the sparkle pink into the last stitch we came out of, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up our loop, yarn over, go through all 5. And then we're going to do 2 more. So here is 2. The Stardew Valley and Sims 2 music free. I'll have to, well, and that's the thing, it was free. It had, you know, it said it was free music, that I didn't have to pay for it, so I'm assuming it meant that, you know. And it's music that if I were to put it in my video, like a intro or something, it would not ding me. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the last stitch, pull up my loop. Stop. Why are you doing that? Yarn over and go through all 5. My camera is having some issues today. Alright, so I chained 1 to finish the row. And now I'm going to flip back the opposite way that I flipped the last time. And so now all my yarn is all untangled. I'm going to, over here, mark off row 24 on my graph and do 1 more row of the 3 sparkle pinks on the edge and 24 dark pinks in the center. And before I get going, I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay, it's going yellow again. I'm not sure why it's doing this. This camera is just, like I said, it's just, you know what? We're just gonna We're just gonna not work for you today, apparently. Alright, because I had issues with my first live and I had to delete it and start a new one. Okay, so I yarned over. I'm gonna go into that chain space, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5. And then I'm gonna do 2 more, and I'm gonna finish the third one with the dark pink. I'm gonna drop the sparkle and finish it with the dark pink. Alright, so I got my 5 loops on my hook of sparkle. Stop doing that, please. I don't know what is going on today. I have all the same light on, except the light I had the last time I gave to my daughter. So I'm trying to use my ring light, and I don't know, it's just being... This camera today is just being wonky. Alright, so I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, and make sure I go under that dark pink strand, pull up my loop. Like, it is on the struggle bus trying to keep it clear for you guys. Alright, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so we're going to do 23 more. So we have 2, 3. I tried to change too much today, that's what's happening. I'm using my earbuds, I'm using different light. So it just said, you know what? Strike! I'm on strike! Quit going yellow. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. I'm excited for the next row because there'll be a new color in here. 9, 10, 11. Oh my goodness. Phone, what are you doing today? 12, 13. I have it on live chat too, so just making sure the chat is still there, and it still is. And like I said, I'm going to be focusing on this anyway. I gotta count. 15. Okay. I thought it was like 13 or 14. I was on 15. 16. 17. I looked away to cough like I was gonna block that from the microphone. I got it in my ear. It ain't going nowhere. Jeez. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. So I've decided on the next one I'm just going to record myself, I think, doing the next one and not do the lives. So that way people can follow them. Well, not follow them, but like have something other than a live and chat to keep up with. Alright, so I had to undo that one because I finished it with the pink, the dark pink. I need to finish it with the sparkle pink. Loosen it up a smidge, yarn over, go into the last stitch underneath that strand again, pull up our loop, yarn over. I'm going to try and snag it one more time. Let's see what happens. Go into the next stitch. Nah, I'm gonna let go of the second one. But I need to tighten it just a smidge. It's a little too loose. All right, yarn over, go under the strand of light, sparkle pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. That looks a little better. Yarn over, go into the last stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, go through all 5. All right, last one, yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the last stitch on the end here. I think I snagged it a little bit more than I wanted to. Get that last stitch. Make sure I didn't split. Okay, pull up a loop. I have 5. Yarn over, go through all 5. Chain 1 to finish the row. All right, so we have done 1, 2, 3 rows of the same. So I'm gonna go over here and mark off row 25. All right, so this next one, we're gonna bring in the white. So I'm trying to think, we're going back this way. So the white's gonna come in fairly quickly. All right, so I'm gonna flip it over. And then I'm gonna do 3 sparkle pinks again, just like before. I'm gonna show you real quick. So we're coming this way. We're gonna do 3 sparkle pinks, 2 dark pinks, bring in our sparkle white, and then do, let's see, there's 24 across minus 3. So 21 more dark pinks. Yeah. And then the 3 light pinks on the end. All right, so I'm going to yarn over, go into the chain space right here, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. We're going to do 2 more times. 2 more knotted half doubles. So there's 2. And then on the third one, we're not going to finish it. We're going to drop the pink, the light pink, pull up the dark pink, pull it through, loosen it just a smidge, go underneath the dark pink strand into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up our loop, yarn over, go through all 5. And then I'm going to tighten the light pink a little bit. All right, so we want 2 of the dark pink before we bring in our white. So we've got 1 done. We're gonna do 1 more, but we're not gonna finish it. Now, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna crochet over this dark pink because we're only doing 1 white right here. So we're just gonna crochet over it. So I'm gonna pull it in here, finish the stitch with the white. Make sure my tail is long enough to sew in. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of. Pull up a loop, yarn over, oh, hold on. I gotta make sure that dark pink's in the way here. Not in the way, but you know what I mean. We gotta make sure that it is coming in front here. Now, we go into the last stitch we came out of, pull up our white loop. All right, hold on, why is this not, okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna go in, yarn over, go into that last stitch we came out of, and see the dark pink strand is kind of hanging out back here, but I'm going underneath it. I'm gonna pull my white under and pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then we're gonna drop the white, tighten the pink up from the last one, and I'm falling off the desk here. We're gonna pull the dark pink through to finish the white stitch. We're gonna yarn over, go into the last stitch we came out of, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. there is the one white. All right, so we're gonna do 20 more. So if you see here, we have 4 stitches in the dark pink, including that white there. We're gonna do 20 more of the dark pink to get to the other end, and then do 3 more of the sparkle pink on the other end. Okay, so here is 1, or this could be 5, because we're 5 stitches into the heart. 6, and you can make this heart without that little reflection thing in it, but just the reflection kind of gives it like a balloony kind of 3D effect to it a little bit, to make it look a little more look a little less flat. So we're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I don't know what I was gonna say here. I'm just trying to think of something to talk about. I wish that I would have gotten paid in January from YouTube, but I didn't hit the threshold until January, so you know, they pay you for the previous month in the next month. So I will have to wait about 2-ish weeks before my first payment, and that'll be exciting. And then I can use that to buy yarn, or I don't know, I could use it to do something with the channel, or, you know, for crafting. Alright, so I dropped my dark pink, I'm picking up my sparkle, and I'm going to finish that stitch, yarn over, go under the sparkle into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop underneath it all, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop. Oh, my white's sitting on my other sparkle. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, and then we have 2 more. And then last one, we yarn over, go into the last stitch we came out of, pull up our loop, yarn over, find that last stitch on the end, pull up your loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and then chain 1 to finish. And then I'm going to flip it this way. So now all my yarn should be, with the exception of the white, I need to readjust this now that I've used it once. Now I have my yarn all coming from their individual locations without being tangled. Alright, so we finished row 26, and we're gonna go to, like I said, 34. Alright, so this row is basically going to be the exact same as what we did before, except backwards. So we're going to do 3 sparkle pink, 20 of the, or 21 of the dark pink, and then 1, and then 2 dark pink, and then 3 of the sparkle pink again. Alright, so we're going to yarn over, go into the chain space on the end here, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. I'm going to take a quick drink. You guys can probably hear me drinking that in my headphones. Alright, yellow, go away. We don't want to make it look yellow. All right, so we're going to do 3 sparkle pink on the end here. And on the third one, we're not going to finish. We're going to drop the pink, light pink, pick up the dark pink, or I should say light pink, sparkle pink. It's the same. All right, so I finished the stitch with the dark pink. I'm going to yarn over, go under the dark pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch right here, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and then I can tighten the sparkle down. All right, so we want to do 20 more of the dark pink. So 1, well, we'll have a total of 21 for the first section. There's 2, 3, and we should get to 21 right before we get to the, ooh, I just bumped the camera. I'm so sorry. Before we get to the white. I am a hot mess today, y'all. 4, 5, 6. Oh, good. Couldn't hear me. Good, good, good. Maybe my headphones aren't working for the microphone because I thought I had to choose it as a microphone when I was going live on my phone, but I'm afraid to take it out and put it in its case because it, you know, maybe it is connected and it'll mess up the sound. I don't know. All right, that is 8. So like I was saying, we should get to 21. We should be finishing 21 with the white yarn, white sparkle yarn. All right, so we're just, you know what? We're just gonna go across. I don't need to count. As long as you have 21 of the white, or excuse me, 21 of the dark pink, I don't need to count every single one. That way it's not messing you guys up. Because I know I'm doing it right according to the chart. And I don't know, I think you would rather hear me have a conversation with you rather than sit here counting the whole time. And that's all you hear is 1, 2. So I'm just chugging along. So I will go back after I get to the white here and I'll show you that you should. The Love Low Price sale starts now. What? I just got a notification, I think, from Joann's. I don't know. That or it's the Daily Grace co that I have it with. Alright, so this should be 21 right here that's unfinished, and I should finish it with the white. So if I go over here and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. It was out of screen there. 21. Alright, so I'm going to drop the dark pink and find the tail because we don't want that. So we don't want this one right here. So we want to make sure that one stays down. We want to pick up the working yarn right here. Finish our stitch with the white. Yarn over, go under the white into the last stitch you came out of. Pull up your loop. Make sure, nope, we don't actually need to carry that this time. We want to carry it the other direction, not this way. We don't need to this way. Actually, no, we do need to. Never mind. All right, so I'm going to make sure I pull up my dark pink over the top of my work. So I've got my first half done. I'm going to yarn over, go into my stitch here, my next stitch. Pull up my loop, making sure that I'm going around that dark pink. Pull up my loop to where I have 5 white on my hook. Drop the white again. Pull up the dark pink again. Finish the white with that. Now see, I don't like the way it did that on the back side, so I need to fix the color change. All right, let me go back. All right, so I'm going to take out the pink, pull out the white. All right, so I want to hide the pink. let's see if I can show you here. All right, so I want to hide the pink, but make sure that the white continues up from this one. So I need to actually make sure the pink comes in front of the work here. So I'm going to pull it in front a little bit, but I'm going to work over it, not necessarily move it to the front. All right, so I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go in underneath that white strand into the last stitch I came out of, but make sure that you're going underneath the dark pink strand. Pull up your loop. Okay, then you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch right here, but make sure you keep continuing to pull that pink through the top of your work there. So pull up my loop. I have 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 5. Okay, I'm going to tighten that down, and if you look on the back now, much better. All right, but I actually have to fix this yet again because I should have finished this white with the dark pink instead of pulling it through like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to slide it back through those 5 loops, making sure I don't split anything. Pull my white back out. If that comes out smoothly, then you're good. I'm going to yarn over with the dark pink and pull it through, and it still should be the same on the back. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 5 pink, dark pink, yarn over, go through all 5. I'm going to tighten down the white a little bit, yarn over. So this white right here is just this other tail. If you take this, we'll tighten it down when we sew it in and stuff, and it'll work itself out, I promise. All right, so now I'm going to move this so where it's not got all that stuff going on behind it. I'm going to go into my last stitch I came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, drop my dark pink, pick up my sparkle light pink, pull it through the stitch, yarn over, go underneath the sparkle pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and then I can tighten down on the dark pink. So that is what it should look like so far. I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the last stitch of the row, pull up your loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and chain 1. All right, so that is what we have so far. Moving my mouse all around. All right, I'm going to cross off row number 27. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing again. Well, not really the same thing, I'm sorry. We're going to add one more white stitch in, but everything else is pretty much the same. So we have 3 sparkle pink, 2 dark pink, 2 white, and then we have 20 dark pink, and then our 3 sparkle pinks. Okay? So that was row 27 we just finished. We're going to start row 28. I'm going to take it and flip it like this. This flip doesn't really matter because they were all untangled to start with, so this time they're twisted. All right, so I'm going to move where you can see me. I'm going to yarn over, go into the chain space right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. All right, so we want 2 more, but on the second one or the third one, we are not going to finish it. We're going to finish it with the dark pink. And we are going to go 2 dark pinks. Oh, I did finish it with the light pink without paying attention. Alright, so I'm going to pull that out. Finish it with the dark pink. Yarn over. Go underneath the dark strand into the last stitch I came out of. Pull up my loop. Yarn over. Go into the next one. Yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over and go through all 5. I feel like I am butchering this today. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, don't finish it, but remember we're going to carry this across the 2 stitches, so we're going to finish it, the last stitch with the white, we're going to yarn over, go under the white into the last stitch we came out of, but make sure we go underneath the strand that we're going to carry along with us over the next 2 stitches. So we're going to pull up our loop, we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up our loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so we're going to do that one more time. Yarn over, go into the last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Instead of finishing, we're going to finish with the dark pink. We're going to yarn over, go into the last stitch we came out of, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, go through all 5, and then we can tighten the white down. So there's our 2. Okay, now we're going to do 19 more across. Just trying to keep these stitches, or these yarn strands, out of the way. And my sleeves got in the way again. I tried to pull them down because I was getting cold. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. I was trying to see, there's at some point we're actually going to start going in with the dark pink instead of going straight up, which should be 2 more rows before we get to that decreasing point. And I just realized that I am going to have to pull a 3rd pink in. A 3rd sparkle pink. Yup. I am in my head, Amanda. It's just been a very weird mental space for me for the last 2 weeks. Dealing with something on on this side of the screen. So, but yeah, it's just I'll get back out of my head again. Eventually. All right. It's just, you know what? It's a beautiful day. Look, it looks like a beautiful day outside. It may not be warm outside. What is the temperature outside? 30 something. But man, the sun is shining and it just makes me feel good looking outside. I will take that. Gosh, I'm looking forward to being warm outside because y'all, I am going to be crocheting outside. I feel like I've been inside way too much this winter. Like, I normally get outside, y'all. But I just have not had the motivation or energy or drive to be outside. And I need to get outside because, to be honest, it would probably help keep me and my kids sane and a whole lot healthier because sunshine, I swear by this, sunshine does the body good. Alright, so we have 2 more dark pink to do, and then we're going to finish the second one with the light pink. So, I saw that, Amanda, the National Prayer Breakfast thing. I'm not sure what breakfast today. I saw something about National Prayer. So I'm going to finish the stitch with the light pink. I'm going to go under the light pink strand into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop, not whoop, loop, yarn over, go through all 5, tighten my dark pink down. Ugh, cross my legs again. Alright, so we're going to do our last 2, light pink, yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, yarn over, go into the last stitch here on the end, pull up your loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and chain 1 to finish. And then which way did I go? Looks like I'm gonna come over this way. You know what? My hook fell out, so I just went with it. I still have it there, y'all. It's still there. I gotta quickly grab it. Alright. Are we all untangled? Are we all happy? We're all happy. Okay. So I'm gonna mark off row 28. Alright, so this one's going to be slightly different than the last one, but we're still going to have the 3 light pinks on the end. So we still have 2 more rows of light pink on the ends. And then we start doing the top of the heart. This is what I was talking about. I need a sparkle pink for this center area right here. So what I'm going to do, just to get through these 3 rows, is I'm actually going to pull from the outside of one of my cakes that I made, and just do it for those 3 rows, and then I can cut it when I get to one of these 2 sides here. I don't know which side I'll come from, probably over here, and then I can continue on, or I'll continue on with it, something. You'll see what I'm doing when I get there. Alright, sorry. So we're going to do 3 light pink, 3 dark pink, no, we're over here, sorry. 3 light pink, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 dark pinks before we do 2 white, okay? So that means we're going to have to pull the white. It's going to, so I'll show you when we get there, but it's going to get pulled over like this, and we'll loosen it up enough that we crochet over it until we get to where we need to use it, which is going to be right in here. But again, when we get to that, you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'll explain it. Alright, go in your hook here, or go in your loop. We're going to pull it tight. Alright, so we yarn over. We go into the... Don't come down here right now. Go watch the TV. Go into the chain space right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. I was talking to a kid, by the way. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. So I got 2 rows before I have to worry about that extra pink, so... Where are we at here? So we're on row 29 and we want to go to 34. So we have about 5 more rows and we're at 53 minutes. Well, we should be able to do that. Alright. So I'm going to drop my light pink, pick up my dark pink, finish my stitch, yarn over, go under the dark pink strand, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Now, I could, in theory, pull it along here, but I don't want to end up seeing it through the yarn, because it's a light pink going through the dark pink. It would be seen. So we're just gonna make it, we'll pull it from the outside of one of the cakes, whichever one I end up having closest, I guess. Alright, so we have 3, so remember 19. 4. 5. 6. Oh, and speaking of prayer, over the next week, well, in a week's time, I will have the results back from the lab work I had done. I had drawn yesterday, the blood that I had drawn yesterday. 6, 7. And it should give us answers to whether or not there's a certain condition that I may or may not have been hereditarily given through my dad's bloodline. Him and my sister, my sister, my dad's half brother, so meaning he had the same mother but different dads. So it was obviously through the mother's, my grandmother's side, because my half uncle got it. And then my grandmother, all were diagnosed with a condition called spherocytosis, meaning our bodies are killing off our red blood cells faster than our marrow can make them. And so I'm a healthy person outside of that, and so it hasn't really affected me. And the only reason I'm even looking into it is because I had blood work done last year, and it showed that I had elevated bilirubin, elevated LDH, and low iron. And so, you know, with talking with my doctor, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to diagnose this and figure out what's causing this. And so that's why we're doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got to keep counting, because this one I do need to count, because I need to make sure that I put the white in the right spots. So that was 15. And I can also visually see it too. 16, 17, 18, and then on this one, I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to drop the dark pink, pick up the white, and you'll see how it's coming over quite a bit. So we want to make sure that we loosen it, because it's quite tight. We're going to loosen it just a little bit. And we're going to yarn over, go into the last stitch we came out of, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, and I also went under the white strand again, pull up the loop. I have white. I have white on my hook, if you didn't know. I have 5 white loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, go through all 5, and then I'm going to do one more. Oh, you know what? I gotta carry the... Oh! I gotta carry it. Gotta carry it. Gotta carry the dark pink too. Okay. This is the one I am carrying through because it's too little to not do it. So, alright, so now make sure when you yarn over and go into the last stitch you came out of, you go under the white strand into the last stitch you came out of, and also under, we're going to carry that dark strand with us. So we're going to pull up our loop, yarn over, go under the white strand into the next stitch, and make sure that that dark strand stays on top. Pull up your loop. Now go through all 5, yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, keeping the dark pink on top, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over. Oh, we don't finish with this one. We drop this white, we pick up the dark pink, finish with the dark pink, yarn over, go into, got a lot of strands going on here, go into the last stitch you came out of, which is right here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, and you can see the white has moved over 1 stitch. Okay, so we're going to do 3 total of the dark pink and finish the 3rd one with the light pink. Okay, so here is 2. Here's 3. But again, drop the dark, pick up the light, pull through, finish the stitch, yarn over, go under the light strand into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop under that, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, go through all 5. And then we're going to do 2 more. Alright, so last stitch, you yarn over, go into the last one you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, find the last stitch on the end, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and chain 1. Okay? Alright, this thing's getting big enough that it's falling off the desk, or it's pulling on it so it won't stay on the desk, and I'm like almost on the edge of the desk while I'm doing this. Alright, so that was 29. This is the last row with the white. So we're coming from this direction. So where the number is, that's the direction we're going. So we're going to start on this side. We're going to do 3 light pink, 4 dark pink, 2 white. The rest are going to be dark pink, and then the 3 on the end of light pink. Okay? Yay! And then the next row is going to be interesting. Yes, I'm excited for the next row. Alright, so we're going to flip it over. And then we're going to yarn over, let it fall off the desk again, go into that chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so we're going to do 3 light pink, so that's 2, and on the next one here, we're not going to finish, we're going to drop the light pink, pick up our dark pink, finish the stitch, yarn over, go into underneath the dark strand into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop underneath that, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Okay, and remember I'm telling this to myself mostly, we're going to carry the dark pink across the white again. Okay, so we're going to go into the last stitch we came out of, go into the next stitch, yarning over before we go into the stitches there. Yarn over, go into the last stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch. We have 5 loops on our hook, drop the dark pink, pick up our white, finish. Oh, wait, no, we need to do 4. We need to do 4. So there's 2, 3, and then this one we don't finish. We have the 5 loops on our hook. We drop the dark, pick up the white. Actually, I gotta backtrack just a little bit. So let me start over. And yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, make sure you pick up the white here, go into this stitch here, but make sure the white stays on top of the work. Pull up a loop from the dark pink there, so you have 5 dark pink. Drop the dark pink this time, pick up your white, finish the stitch, yarn over, make sure the white or the pink stays on top, go into the last stitch you came out of, and go underneath the dark strand of pink, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch. I'm going to pull that tight, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, and you see I'm working over the dark strand. Go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, you have 5 white on your hook, drop the white, pick up the dark pink, finish the stitch. Yarn over, go into the last one you came out of, pull up your loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and tighten the white down a little bit because it won't tighten completely until you sew it or whatever. So this is the last white that we had to do, so I'm actually going to cut a long tail to sew in and remove the white. That's it. That's all the white you have to use. Very, very, very little. Okay. Now we're going to continue across. So the dark pink is going to end right here on top of this dark pink, and we'll have 3 light on the end, okay? So that makes it nice and easy to just crochet away and finish the row. So we have 2. I'm just going to count. That way if you guys want a number, 3, 4. So this is 4 pink after the white. I don't know, and counting gives me something to say. 5, 6, 7. I am really, really liking this. This one would be so pretty in different colors. I want to, there's got to be a variegated yarn out there that you could do like in the center here and do, or you could do vice versa, do the variegated out here and do a solid in the center. Oh, that would be so pretty. The solid on the outside with the variegated in the center. That would be amazing. I mean, this flag alone just has so many possibilities of color options. Because hearts don't have to be just for I was about to say Halloween. Which you could do a Halloween heart. Hearts are not just Valentine's. Hearts mean love, and love is, you know, all year round, all the time, you know? So, oh, it's got my creative juices flowing in my brain here with like possibly doing this in a different alright, so I'm on the last pink here. I'm going to get my 5 loops of dark pink, drop my dark pink, pick up the sparkle, light pink, finish the stitch. That last loop always gets really loose, and so you can tighten it down after you move on to the next stitches. So I'm gonna yarn over, go underneath the light pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, and so we're gonna do 2 more, and on the last one make sure you get that last stitch on the end, so that way you have 3 total knotted half double crochets here on the end. So you can see I went through the end there. It likes to get tucked down into the puff of the knotted half double. So we're gonna chain 1 to finish, and then I'm going to flip this way, and then I'm going to fix my yarn really fast. And then I'm going to set this down for a second, let you look at it while I go and mark off row 30. Alright, so we have 4 more rows to go, and we're at an hour and 8 minutes. Alright, so this next section is where we're going to do a little bit different now. So like I said, I'm going to pull from the outside of one of my light pink cakes that I made, because I didn't think about this before I started. Had I done that before I started, I would have had a 3rd cake to go off of. I am busy right now. I can't deal with you guys. You're gonna have to wait and deal with it, please. Sorry about that. Okay, so this time I just pulled that out of the loop, but it's a big loop, so we're good. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 of the light pink. Then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 dark pink. So 4 light, 10 dark, 2 light. This is going to be 10 dark again and 4 light. So it should be even on either side. What we do over here, we're going to do over here, with the exception of the middle here. Alright, so here we go. Let's get this party going. Alright. Stick my hook back in, get it from changing to yellow again. Yarn over, go into that chain space, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up the loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so we're going to do 4 of the light pink, and on the 3rd one, please stop upstairs. Alright, so there's 2. Here's 3. So this is where I want to pull that up there. Hold on a second. I really hope I muted myself just now because I used my headphones. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with these headphones. All right, so I'm actually going to back out of the last 2 loops right here, which is the other stitch that I go into to draw up a loop. I'm going to make sure that I go in front of the dark pink strand so that I can carry it 1 stitch here, okay? So I'm going to yarn over, go in front of the dark pink into the next stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5, tighten that down, yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop. You can tighten that down a little bit if you want to. Finish the stitch with the dark pink. And then we are going to do 10 dark pink. So here's 1. So there's the 4 on the side there. Here's 2. I'm just really impressed at Erin that she was able to do this. Like, not that it's obviously her talent to being able to pick that up it's just amazing. I love it. For her to be able to go and finish this on her own without any instructions. 5. That just goes to show how awesome this stitch can be. It's just repetitive and can be a lot of fun. All right, so we got to count these. So I have 7. I did, huh? Oh, I did mute. Good. I'm glad. I think that was 8. I lose count so easily, y'all. It's so funny. 3, 6, 9. All right, 1 more. So on this last one, we're not going to finish it. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to pull from the bigger one, I think. Yeah. All right, so this one's the bigger one over here. I'm going to find the outside strand and figure out a way to do this. All right, we'll make it work. All right, so I'm going to pull through and finish the stitch. Make sure I have a long enough tail here. I'm going to yarn over, so I want 2 of these light pinks. And make sure you carry the dark pink with you. Where are you at? There you are. Okay, make sure it's on top. So I got the tail and then the dark pink going underneath, or being worked over. So I'm going to pull up my loop of light pink, not dark pink there. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. I have 5 light pink. I'm going to yarn over, go through all 5, and then I'm going to tighten these both down. I'm going to yarn over, go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up a loop, making sure I keep these on top, yarn over, go into this next stitch right here, pull up my loop. This time I'm going to drop that light pink, pick up the dark pink, and finish the stitch. I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to drop that tail back behind because I don't want to draw a light pink through there. I'm going to go into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so this time we're going to do 10 more of the dark pink, or I mean 9 more, for a total of 10 on this side of the middle. So here's 2, 3, 4, that's getting blurry and I apologize for that. 5. Jonathan, I can see you coming over here. Stop crawling on the floor to come over here. Alright, this should be 7. You guys have got to go upstairs. Sit and watch the TV until I'm done. I'm almost done. I don't know, bub. Go, please. You're not muted. I'm not muted, so they hear everything you're saying. And me. Please go. I have 3 more rows to do. 3. Okay? I'm almost done. Alright, I think this is the one I want to end on right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to drop my dark pink, pick up my light pink, finish the stitch. This one I have to loosen up a little bit because it came over just a little bit. I came over 1 stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, go under the light pink strand into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go under the light pink, go into the next stitch, pull up my loop, yarn over, go through all 5, and then I can tighten down that dark pink a little bit. So there's that so far. So we got 3 more to do on this end. I'm glad everybody's okay with me parenting my children while I'm doing videos and lives, because they're part of my life every day, all day, every day. All right, so the last stitch, we chain 1 after we're done, and then I'm going to, let's see, it really doesn't matter because, all right, yeah, that 1 strand right here is the one on the outside of the cake, so it really doesn't matter. Fine, I apologize. Still there. Oh goodness gracious, Maisie. Oh no. All right. Yeah, so I came on at 1 o'clock and I'll be getting off. I have 3 more rows. Oh, let me mark off the row I just finished. I just finished row 31 and I want to go to 34. So we have 3 more after with this one. All right, so we yarn over, go into the chain space, pick up our loop. No, stay back, stay back, stay back. Go, please. Oh my goodness, all the distractions today. Can you stop rubbing on my ring light, please? You're gonna knock it over and make a mess. All right, oh, I didn't go over the row. All right, so on this row, we're gonna do 5 of the light pink, 7 of the dark pink, 6 of the light pink, 7 of the dark pink, and 5 of the light pink. We will just, yeah, I will just count each one of those sections for you. All right, so we want 5 light pink on the end here. So we got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna pick up my dark pink there and go into the second part of my stitch here. I'm just carrying it with me. So I'm gonna yarn out, oops, go through all 5 there. And that's 4. I'm gonna go back into the last stitch I came out of in that same area right here. Pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next one, making sure that dark strand stays on top. I'm gonna drop this sparkle pink. I'm gonna pick up the dark pink, finish the stitch, and then we're gonna do 7 dark pink. So we got 1, 2. Oh, and I'm gonna have to pull from the outside of the dark pink too. I should have had 3 sparkle pinks, 2 and 2 of the dark pinks caked up, ready to go. 3, because I'm gonna need 4. I'm gonna need a second strand of dark pink to go across the gap of the light pink. I could carry it with me, but it's too far of a gap for me to do that. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pull from the outside of the dark pink. It's only for 2 rows, so it's not a big deal. I'll make it work. I think this is 7 right here. 5, 6, 7. All right, so 7 dark pink. So we're gonna drop the dark pink. Make sure you don't pick up the tail of your light pink here. Make sure you pick up the working one. It's going to stretch across a lot of stitches, so you're just going to pull it through, and then you're going to loosen it so you can work over it, okay? So we're going to do 6 of the light pink here. Please stop! Oh my goodness gracious. All right, 1. See? Stop doing that. Oh, guys. I'm not done. I am not done, and nobody cares.
They think you're
Just
done.
go, please. Don't argue with me unmuted. Oh, Lord Almighty. I'm at the crying frustration level right now, Amanda. It's the frustration level starting to spew over. All right. And then the cat decided to come in here and rub on my ring light and knocked it over and bumped the camera. So it's just one of those days too. It's beautiful outside. Look outside. Look outside. It's beautiful. Happiness. 3. Well, my children are just going to get loud because they're bored, because they don't have TV that they want to watch. Am I muting it all, y'all think? I mean, I know you're hearing some of it, but I've tried to mute when I got really loud. When I, like, really loudly yelled at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy buckets, we got one more to go. All right. And I'm struggling with the strand of yarn here because I'm pulling from the outside. So that's what you see me doing, is struggling. Struggle bus! Alright, so here is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're going to drop that. Now I gotta, hold on. I gotta pull the tag off of this so I can pull from the outside. I told you, we're gonna make this work. Alright. We're just gonna have, you know, for the next row, we're just gonna have a tangled mess to work with, and that is okay. It's not gonna be that bad, I promise. Alright. So now we're gonna do 3, 7. 7 dark pink again. So here's 1. You like this like struggle bus mess going on here? Oh goodness. No, I'm getting better. It's just, you know, they could be screaming and like fighting, so they are getting along, but it's just the volume is bothering me. It's like, can we just be quiet, please? All right, 2, 3, 4. And the cat's finally off the desk. 5. Come on, yarn. Just work with me, please. 5. We want 7, right? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we want 7 dark pink. So on the 7th one here, we're going to drop that dark pink, pick up the sparkle, pull through, loosen it just a smidge, yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of under the light pink, pull up your loop, yarn over, go under the light pink again into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. I appreciate you. Alright, so we need 5. So we have 1. This is 2. 3. This is when doing a live kind of stinks because then I can't edit out like the getting onto my kids, you know, 100,000 times. Alright, so the last one we are pull through all 5 and chain 1. Look, it's starting to come out. It's so nice. That makes it all better. Huh. All it did was it took me muting the TV for them to behave for a minute. To stop what they're doing. Alright, so I just have a tangled mess, so it really doesn't matter which direction I go at this moment, because until I get this next row done, it's not gonna matter. But once I get this next row done, I can unattach the 2 strands that I'm coming from the outside of the skein and cake from. So for this, alright, I marked off row 32, so we're on row 33. We're going to do 6 light pink, 4 dark, 10 light pink, 4 dark, and 6 light pink. And again, I will count as I go along with this row too. Alright, so for the first stitch, we're going to yarn over, go into that chain space, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Alright, so we want 6 light pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on this one we want to finish with the dark pink. Oh, I didn't yarn over before I went in. You know what, I want to carry the dark pink with this one. So I'm going to yarn over, go in front of the dark pink into the last stitch I came out of, pull up my loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, tighten that down and pull it through. Alright, so we're going to do 4 dark pink. I'm stopping to pause the TV, y'all, and they won't listen. Alright, so 4 dark. This is going to be the longest one ever because I'm having to stop and reprimand. Oh my goodness. Alright, so here's 2. Alright, can you just, like, give me some more, please? Oh my goodness. Alright, so we have 3. And this is 4, but we're not going to finish it with the dark pink. We're going to finish it with the light pink. Pull it over. So it's going to be tight, but you want to loosen it just a little bit so you can work over it. Yarn over, go into the last stitch you came out of, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Okay? So we're going to do 10 of the light pink. All right, so there's 2, 3, 4. All right. I can actually cut. All right, I gotta do some situation here real quick. All right, so I'm cutting the pink. Oh, please tell me. Oh, I cut the wrong one. No, I didn't. Oh, sweet. I cut the outside one. Good. Okay. All right. So the outside dark pink I pulled because I'm done with it. So we want 10 of the light pink. Oh, I kept myself muted. Thank you, Amanda. I didn't realize I was still muted. Gosh darn it. All right, so there's 10 across. I did 10 light pink across. Now I'm moving on to the dark pink here. And the nice thing is I can actually cut my light pink now in the center. So make sure I have a tail long enough. And now I don't have to pull from the outside. All right, see? As you work across, you can cut those off if you have to pull from the outside. All right, so we're gonna do 4 of the dark pink. Thank you for letting me know. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're not gonna finish. We're gonna drop the dark pink, pick up our light pink, pull through to finish, loosen it up a little bit, yarn over, go into the last stitch we came out of, under the light pink strand as well, pull up our loop, yarn over, go under the light pink into the next stitch, pull up our loop, yarn over, go through all 5. Okay, that is turning out sweet. A lot of tails to sew in, but really not too many. It's not too bad. Now we want 6 total dotted half doubles on the end. So we have 1 done. Here's 2. 3. I'm actually kind of glad I was muted for a while because I was getting so flustered with these children. Oh, you didn't need to hear any of that. 5 and 6 on the end here. All right, so we chain 1 to finish the row. I'm gonna come over here and mark it off real quick. And you know something fun? This strand of pink over here, we can actually cut because the next row, we are basically doing all solid pink. So 30 solid pink stitches across. So we are on 34. So we're going to do that. And then when I'm done with 34, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the quick color change for 35. And then you are on your own for the rest of the flag. And I'll tell you how, I'll give you the instructions when we get there. So you should be able to finish it without watching me. Because I'll explain it. So here's all our tails that I cut off here. I love all the sparkle. It makes me happy. Alright, so we're going to yarn over, go through the chain space here, pull up our loop, yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 5. And we're basically going to do that all the way across for 30 light pink stitches. So we have 2, 3. Oh, I thought I cut that. I guess I didn't. I need to cut this one too. Alright, so 3. This is 4. I'm trying to get all these extra strands out of my, like, there we go. 4, 5. And I do have to get off soon because I got to go pick up my groceries. Because I had pickup between 2:30 and 3, so I figured I should be done right about then, and I was right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then 7. And it's falling off the desk again. All right. This is 8. I wish they'd just go outside and run off this energy, but I mean, it's chilly out there. I don't blame them for not wanting to be out there, but my goodness gracious, when they get bored, they get loud. I swear they do it so that way I'll hush them up with a Nintendo or PlayStation or something. But Lord Almighty, the TV's on up there, on something they wanted to watch. Wait, hold on, what? Any cancellations or subs? What do you mean by that? Please verify for me. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, gosh, I was worried there for a second. I was like, did I do something on here that I should be concerned about? Oh, I already had, so I am pretty lucky with the grocery store I shop from. We have Hy-Vees in our area, and the one that I shop from will actually text me a picture of a substitute option that I can choose from if for some reason they're out of stock on something that I put on my list or in my order. And it's so cool. I don't know why all the Hy-Vees around here don't do it, but the one particular store that I do from, they actually will, like, they text me and say, hey, we're out of stock with this. Now, all the stores will text me and say, hey, we're out of stock with this. Do you approve this refund? You know, they'll just go ahead and refund it. And I'm like, I suppose. But this one store, they actually will say, hey, we're out of stock of this. Can I replace it with one of these options in this picture? And I'm like, yes. Or, no, thank you. It's amazing. It's so worth the subscription that I pay every year for the rewards and the perks that they have. And then we use their gas perks, you know, for gas. All right, so I am on the last stitch here, and I'm not going to finish. I'm actually going to pull up the dark pink because it is the next row. We're going to do a whole row of dark pink. You know what? I'm going to do a whole row of dark pink. Why not? So I'm actually going to tie the two ends here. Oh, I gotta get it to pull through. There we go. And I'm going to cut the sparkle pink. I haven't cut this sparkle pink on this end in a while. All right, so I'm going to cut it so that I can sew a tail in after I knot it here. So I'm going to knot it. I do like what's called a surgeon's knot, I think, where I take it and I basically do like a double wrap, where I wrap this around twice and then pull it down. And then I go whatever's in my right hand, I go over the left one and under and up again. And that makes supposedly a good knot that won't come unraveled. So I'm gonna chain one, which actually I should have chained one with the, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more row with you guys. We're gonna get an extra row done. Oh, there we go, hitting the camera again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, mine's not extra. It's part of the perk, which is amazing. Alright, so I yarned over. I went into the chain space right here. I pull up my loop. I yarn over. I go into the next stitch. Pull up my loop. Yarn over. Go through all 5. Alright, so I'm going to do 30 across. It's you too, Jonathan. You guys need to be quiet. Oh, I didn't mark off the pink row real quick. So this is basically how you color change. So you just color change. We're going to do 2 rows of the dark pink. And then after that, when you get done with the 2 rows, you're going to switch back to the dark or the light pink. Do 2 rows of light pink. You're going to do 2 rows of light pink, and then after that, you're going to switch back to the dark pink for the final 2 rows. So you're going to do 2 dark pink, 2 light pink, and then 2 dark pink. Okay? The last row, though, instead of doing the knotted half double crochet, I do a regular half double crochet across for 30 stitches because it gives me the same as the beginning one, the same kind of sort of look to it, but also it feels finished instead of doing the knotted half double. If you look, you kind of have these little, you know, you have these V's on top, right, that you go into, but I feel like that's just too thin. It's not stabilizing enough, like it's not strong enough to hang on the flagpole, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put the last row as just regular half double crochets across, and then I can utilize the first row or 2 to put it on the flag, the garden flag stand that I have. And I still need to take a video of that. Alright, so there's 5. I'm going to count across this row and then we'll be done. 6, 7. Oh my goodness, these children are driving me nuts today. 9. 11. Yeah, and I rarely do Walmart pickup, but I do use it on occasion. I think that was 12. I need a double count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I was right. 14. 15. It's a little longer today because of those minions upstairs. I lost my count again. 15, 16, 17. 18. Yes, it squares it off. 19. 20. 21. 22. Don't do that. 23. 24. Excuse me. 25. Oh, you might hear some beeping here in just a minute. My smoke detectors are gonna do a sound check. All right, this should be 27. 28. 29 and 30. All right, so you're gonna do one more row of dark pink, 2 rows of light pink, and then one more row of knotted half double crochet in the dark pink, and then your final row of dark pink is going to be a row of just plain double crochets. Okay, so with that is the flag. I am done with it on the live. So if you have any questions moving forward, finishing the last 5 rows up, let me know in the comments and I will try to help you out. But yeah, I will try to post a picture of my flag all done, and well, all done with maybe the tail still needing to be sewn in, just to let you guys see what it will look like when it's all said and done. I wish I could back this up a little bit, but it's just hard. Can I back up? No. There. You can kind of see it there. There you go. So, there's the heart with some tails. All right, y'all. That's all I have for you today. I am going to go wrangle some kids in, finish this flag, and I will see you all on my live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central. Thank you so much, Amanda, for being here with me. I appreciate you and everybody else that was lurking and working. We'll see y'all later. Bye.